Are you here to discuss your orders, Ada? Or is there something else you want? As I said, go to Urshilaku camp to speak with Sul-Matuul and Nibani Misa. Tell them your story, and have them test you against the Nrivaran prophecies. As heads of the Nrivaran cult, they should be able to judge whether you might be the Nrivaran. When you've spoken with them, report back to me. Zain Sabani says the Urshilaku camp lies close to the Sea of Ghosts, north of the village of Margan, on the northern coast of Varden Fell. The fastest, smartest way to reach Margan is to take a silt strider from Balmora to ald-ruhn, and from ald-ruhn to Margan. In Margan, look for a scout named Nulino Jadas at Margan Outpost. She'll be able to tell you how to reach Urshilaku camp. Good day, stranger. Welcome to Balmora. Good day, stranger. Welcome to ald-ruhn.
Where would you like to go?
This is Margan, Ada, and I'm Nulino Tadas. Lots of pilgrims come here to visit the temple shrine. Is there anything I can help you with? Do you need services? Urshilaku camp is due north from Margan, but high ridges lie in the way. From Margan head east past the Silt Strider, then take a trail north to the Foyada Bani Dad. Follow the Foyada northwest to the sea. A shipwreck at the sea mouth of the ravine is a landmark. Swim east around the headland. Pass east through the ruins of Ashurnabai Tashpi shrine. Avoid Didra here. They're powerful and aggressive. Urshilaku camp lies east of the ruins, inland in a low hollow.
You're bested.
You don't deserve to live.
Do you have the key to these bracers? Will you let me go free? You have the key. Will you let me go free? Yes, now I am free. Thank you, Ada. I do not know if they really exist. It is said they help slaves like us escape. Until you arrived, I did not believe I would ever see Argonia again. Do you have the key to these bracers? Will you let me go free? You have the key. Yes. No.
Please.
Do you have the key to these bracers? Will you let me go free?
Blessed we
You have the key. Will you let me go free? Yes, San.
Do you have the key to these bracers? Will you let me go free?
What do you ask,
You have the key.
Master?
Will you let me go free? Yes, Sholani is free. You are a good friend of Sholani. Sholani knows only rumors. They help slaves escape. They take us back to elsewhere. Do you have the key to these bracers?
May you walk on
Will you let me go
warm
free?
sands.
You have the key. Will you let me go free? Yes.
Liquid until soft.
Do you have the key to these bracers? Will you let me go free? You have the key.
Walk on warm
Will you let me go free?
sands.
Yes, now.
Blessed we are. Small fork on outside. Horns inside.
You come to talk? Then talk, Outlander. You want to speak to Sul-Matuul. You want to speak to Nibani Misa. Have they sent for you? If they have not sent for you, then you will not speak to them. You are an Outlander, and Sul-Matuul is our chief, and Nibani Misa is our wise woman. They will not speak to you. Do you want to offer me a gift of Tamriel? Well, Outlander, you are not proud. But you are courteous, and in an Outlander, that is not a thing to be despised. Very well. I accept your gift. And thank you. Do you want to offer me a gift? Poor Outlander. Even these small things are a puzzle to you. Then bring me some Tamriel for my larder. I am a hunter, and it is beneath my dignity to scrabble about in the dirt. But you? Perhaps this is a task you can handle. You are an Outlander. And you wish to talk of the Nerevaran prophecies? You are polite and well-mannered, for an Outlander, and I do not think you mean to give offense. But why should you care about the Nerevaran prophecies? What does an Outlander have to say to an Urshilaku of the Nerevaran prophecy? I do not believe what I am hearing. You think you are the Nerevaran, and you wish to speak to Sul-Matuul and Nibani Misa. You do not look like the Nerevaran. But you do not speak like a fool, or a madman. This is a puzzle. I tell you, go speak with Zabamund in his yurt. He is a Gulakan, Sul-Matuul's champion, and he will decide what is right. If Zabamund gives you permission, then you may enter the Ashkan's yurt and speak with Sul-Matuul.
Sul-Matuul will not talk to you. Nibani Misa will not talk to you. You have no standing among us, Outlander. The Nerevaran prophecies are not for Outlanders. Why should Sul-Matuul and Nibani Misa speak to you about these things? Who are you, that we should trust you? These are not simple matters. You know a great deal more than I would have thought. And some of what you say is news to me. I believe you should speak to Sul-Matuul. Perhaps he will be angry with me. But I think I can bear that. Go to the Ashlands and speak with Sul-Matuul. Ask him your questions, and tell him I have sent you. You come to talk? Then talk, Outlander. Do you want to offer me a gift, Outlander? Then bring me a kwama egg, for I am hungry. So, my champion Sul-Matuul has sent you to talk with me about the Nerevaran prophecies. Then go ahead, Ada. Talk. I am very curious. You think you fulfill the Nerevaran prophecies. You wish to be tested to see if you are the Nerevaran. No Outlander may join the Nerevaran cult. If you were a clan friend, an adopted member of the Ashlander tribes, then perhaps. I have an initiation rite in mind. If you pass this rite, I will adopt you as a clan friend of the Ashlanders. And then I will submit you to Nibini Mysa, our wise woman, who is skilled in oracles and mysteries, and who will test you against the prophecies. To be adopted into the tribe, you must undergo a harrowing. In a harrowing, you will be judged by the spirits and ancestors to see if you are worthy. Go to the Urshilaku burial caverns and fetch me Sul-Matuul's bone-biter bow. Sul-Matuul was my father, and his spirit guards his bone-mold long bow deep in the burial caverns. Return to me with this bow, and I will adopt you into the Ashlander tribes as a clan friend. The burial caverns lie to the south-southeast of the camp, a north-facing door in a little hill halfway between us and the slopes of Red Mountain. Go north from the camp to the water, then turn east. At a rock cairn on the beach, turn and head straight south until you find the door. The spirits of our ancestors guard the caverns. They will attack, and will kill you if they can. Force your way past them, or evade them, get the bow, and return to prove your worthiness.
Outlander, what do you want?
This is my father's bone biter bow. You have completed the initiation rite. I name you Ada, clan friend of the Ashlanders. Keep my father's bow, and bear it with honor. You are a friend of our tribe, and may rest in any Urshilaku bed, but do not harm other tribe members, or take their things. And now I will fulfill my other promise. Go to the wise woman's yurt, and Nibani Misa shall examine you, and test you against the Riveran prophecies. Now that you are a clan friend, I want to speak plainly. I find it hard to believe that you are the Riveran. You are an outlander, but the Riveran comes to drive all outlanders from Morrowind. How could an outlander be the incarnate? The great houses stole our lands and mocked us with false gods. The godless outlanders steal our land and our dignity. The Riveran is the last hope the Ashlanders have. I will let no outlander steal this hope from us. These are serious words, Ada, words of life and death. I see honor and merit in you, and am proud to name you clan friend. But take care what you say and do in the name of the Riveran. Now go question Nibani Misa, and learn all she can tell you.
I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you. May I help you?
Yes, Outlander. How do you do?
So, they've told me of you, Outlander. Or, shall I say, clan friend. You are hard-headed and ignorant. But perhaps it is not your fault. My lord Ashkan says you will ask me about the Riveran prophecies. He also says I will test you against the Riveran prophecies. I must do as my lord Ashkan says. So ask your questions, and I will test you. There are many Riveran prophecies, and they suggest many things. Aspect and uncertain parents. The moon and star. Sleepers. 7 curses. The curse's bane. The prophecy of the stranger. The prophecy of the 7 visions. The lost prophecies. Ask me of these things. If you are patient. If you would be wise. Or, if you are impatient to know, just ask, do I pass the test of the Riveran prophecies? Go ahead, Outlander. I am the wise woman. Ask your questions, and I will answer. If what you say is true, you are indeed born on a certain day of uncertain parents. This is part of the prophecy. But many have the same birthday, and many are not sure of their parents. It is interesting. But it does not make you the Riveran. Dagathor is the devil and the enemy. Dagathor and his beasts and servants are the source of many evils that beset the Dunmer and Morrowind. Dagathor dwells in fiery caverns beneath Red Mountain, served by his kin, called Ash Vampires, and by legions of deformed monsters. This is a strange dream, indeed. The Shermit Dagathor speaks to you, in the voice of prophecy. He curses the 3 betrayers, the 3 false gods, Vivek, Almalexia, Suthasil. He calls you to drive the Outlanders from Morrowind. This is a very strong dream, very cunning, a dream to stir hearts. This is a very good lie. He called you Narivar. And the dream of the Riveran is very strong, and very dangerous, for you, and for all my people. There are Riveran prophecies that have been lost. The 7 curses. And others. Some are forgotten. Some hidden. Some deliberately lost. The wise women are the memory of the Velathai people. But it is a faulty memory, and we are mortal, and our knowledge dies with us. But we hear that the dissident priests of the temple study our Riveran prophecies, and record them in books. Such written words never die. You must go to them and ask for these books, and bring what you find to me. In ancient days, the deep elves and a great host of outlanders from the west came stealing the land of the Dunmer. In that time, Narivar was the great Khan and war leader of the house people, but he honored the ancient spirits and the tribal law, and became as one of us. So, when Narivar pledged upon his great ring of the ancestors, one clan under moon and star, To honor the ways of the spirits and rights of the land, all the tribes joined the house people fighting a great battle at Red Mountain. Though many Dunmer, tribesmen, and housemen, died at Red Mountain, the Dunmer were defeated and their evil magics destroyed, and the Outlanders driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry Khans of the great houses slew Narivar in secret, set themselves up as gods, and forgot Narivar's promises to the tribes. But Narivar will come again and cast down the false gods, and by the power of his ring will make good his promises, honor the spirits, and drive the outsiders from the land. It is another Ashlander prophecy of the Narivaran. It is called The Seven Curses of the Shermit. But I do not know it, and I know no one who does. It may be lost. Such things happen. A wise woman dies, or forgets, or a clan is wiped out. Perhaps someone knows, but is keeping it secret. Perhaps it is in one of those many books of your settled peoples. I have heard that the dissident priests of the temple may have such books. Rumors say that in the towns, mad cultists called sleepers are attacking people, saying that Dagathur has awakened, and will drive the Outlanders from Morrowind. Perhaps it is just a coincidence. But I think it is a sign of the Narivaran. Not necessarily a sign that you are the Narivaran. Perhaps the time of the Narivaran has come. And you have come at the same time. This is not passing a test. But it may mean you have some part to play in the coming of the Narivaran. Legend says Indoril Narivar's family standard bore the moon and star, and Narivar's armor and weapons bore this sign. Some say he bore a moon and star birthmark. Some say he has a magic ring marked with a moon and star. Others say he was born under a moon and star. In any case, I think the moon and star is the mark of the Narivaran, and you do not have this mark. So you are not the Narivaran. The full title of the prophecy is 7 Visions of 7 Trials of the Incarnate. Listen, and I will tell you the verses. 7 trials: what he puts his hand to, that shall be done. What is left undone, that shall be done. First trial: on a certain day to uncertain parents incarnate moon and star reborn. Second trial: neither blight nor age can harm him. The curse of flesh before him flies. Third trial: in caverns dark Azura's eye sees and makes to shine the moon and star. Fourth trial: a stranger's voice unites the houses. 3 halls call him Hordator. Fifth trial: a stranger's hand unites the Velathai. 4 tribes call him Narivaran. Sixth trial: he honors blood of the tribe unmourned. He eats their sin, and is reborn. Seventh trial: his mercy frees the cursed false gods, binds the broken, redeems the mad. One destiny: he speaks the law for Velatha's people. He speaks for their land, and names them great.
There's someone.
What does this prophecy mean? It tells us who the Narivaran will be, and the trials he must undergo before he fulfills his destiny. Some parts I understand. Some parts I do not. I will answer your questions as best I can. But I cannot pretend to understand it all. This is the best known of the Narivaran prophecies. We call it the Stranger. When earth is sundered, and skies choked black, and sleepers serve the 7 curses, to the hearth there comes a stranger, journeyed far neath moon and star. Though stark-born to sire uncertain his aspect marks his certain fate. Wicked stalk him, righteous curse him. Prophets speak, but all deny. Many trials make manifest the stranger's fate, the curse's bane. Many touchstones try the stranger. Many fall, but one remains. Do you want to offer me a gift? Good. I am not proud. I like gold. This is the custom you Outlanders call a bribe. Yes. The Urshilaku are the Ashlanders of the northern Ashlands and the West Gash. I am the wise woman of the Urshilaku, and Ashkan Sul-Matuul is our chief, a brave and respected war leader, and warrior protector of the Narivaran cult. This is Urshilaku Camp, Outlander. This refers to your birth sign, to your birth on a certain day to uncertain parents, just like in the Stranger prophecy. In Tamriel, persons born under certain constellations are said to be fortunate in their aspects. Such persons are often blessed or cursed with remarkable abilities or weaknesses as a result of the magical conjunctions of celestial influences. I'm not sure what this means. Will the Narivaran come as a spirit who is not harmed by blight or age? I don't know. But I think curse of flesh means the blight disease corpus, which causes terrible, distorted growths on its victims. Perhaps the Nrivaran can heal this disease. Perhaps that will be a sign of the Nrivaran. In legend there is a shrine to Azura called the Cavern of the Incarnate. There are secrets I may not tell you about this cavern. Do not ask. A Hordator is a war leader chosen when Dunmer great houses must put aside their normal feuds to unite against a common enemy. This has not happened since the Empire invaded our land. The Ashlanders are sometimes called the Velathai, for the prophet Veleth who guided us to this land many centuries ago. And the 4 tribes are the 4 tribes of Varden Fel, the Urshilaku, the Ahem Musa, the Zainab, and the Arabenim soon. It would truly be a miracle to unite these 4 tribes who have so long raided and warred with one another. But the Nrivaran must be one who performs miracles. I am not sure. The tribe unmourned may mean the 6th house, House Dagoth, which was exterminated after the Battle of Red Mountain. But it may also mean the Dwemer, or the dwarves, as Westerners call them. And eating sin is doing atonement for another's sin. The cursed false gods must be the tribunal. They are surely false gods, evil sorcerers, and necromancers, and they murdered Nrivar so they might set themselves up as gods. Binds the broken must refer to Nrivar's broken promise to the Ashlanders to honor the ways of the spirits and rights of the land. The Ahem Musa of the Grazelands are mild and peace-loving. The wise woman of the Ahem Musa, Sinamu Merpel, is also their Ashkan. The Arabenim Soon of Malagmar love themselves and their weapons above all else. Their Ashkan Ulithpal is cruel and ambitious, and his Gulakans are just like him. Their wise woman, Manarai, is cautious and reasonable. Seek her counsel. Don't waste your speech on the war cons. The Ashlanders of the Zainab tribe are sly and crafty. Their camp is in the interior of the Grazelands. You are not the Nrivaran. You are one who may become the Nrivaran. It is a puzzle, and a hard one. But you have found some of the pieces, and you may find more. Do you choose to be the Nrivaran? Then seek the lost prophecies among the dissident priests of the temple. Find the lost prophecies, bring them to me, and I will be your guide. And take these copies of the Stranger and the 7 Visions. Now, I have told you all I know. Go. Think on what I've told you, and do what must be done.
Well met.
Are you here to discuss your orders, Ada? Or is there something else you want? You've spoken with Sul-Matuul and Nibani Misa, and, from what they say, it sounds like you could really be the Nrivaran. That's just incredible. But I'll have to get used to the idea. Let me try to get word to Mehra Milo. Maybe she can find out whether the dissident priests have any lost prophecies. But in the meantime, I have a very tough assignment for you. Do you think you are ready? Good. Cautious is smart. I'm going to give you the mission. But I'm going to give you 400 drakes. Before you head out, make sure you outfit yourself with healing potions, new gear, a little training, whatever you think you need most. And if you get in trouble, back off, rest up, and go back fresh. Don't take any chances. I think this will be a tough one. Here's your mission. Fort Buckmoth sent a patrol to Narmak, hunting smugglers with 6th House connections. They found a 6th House base, a 6th House shrine, and a 6th House priest named Dagoth Gers. Speak to Champion Rezapulia at Fort Buckmoth. She'll tell you about the patrol and the 6th House base. Your orders: find that 6th House base, kill Dagoth Gers, and bring me a full report on the 6th House base.
Seven Visions of 7 Trials of the Incarnate. These are the Stranger. These are the words of the prophecy. Meet Sul-Matuul. Chaos promoted me to apprentice rank in the Blades, and gave me the Emperor's secret orders and told me to read them. The Emperor thinks the Nriveran prophecies are genuine, and that I may be the Nriveran. I'm being sent to the Urshilaku camp to speak with the heads of the Nriveran cult, Sul-Matuul and Nibani Misa. I'll tell them my story, and tell them to test me against the Nriveran prophecies, then report back to Chaos. Nulino Tadas gave me directions to Urshilaku camp. The camp is due north from Margan, but high ridges lie in the way. Follow Foyada Bonidad, a deep ravine just north of Margan, northwest to the sea. A shipwreck at the sea mouth of the ravine is a landmark. Swim east around the headland. Pass east through the ruins of Ashurnabai Shrine. Urshilaku camp lies east of the ruins, inland in a low hollow. I have been told to go speak with Zabamund, Agula Khan, Sul-Matuul's champion, in his Zabamund's yurt. If Zabamund gives me permission, then I may enter the Ashkhan's yurt and speak with Sul-Matuul. I have persuaded Zabamund that I must speak to Sul-Matuul. Now I must go to the Ashkhan's yurt and tell Sul-Matuul that Zabamund has sent me. Sul-Matuul has sent me to the Urshilaku burial caverns to fetch Sul-Matuul's bonebiter bow. Sul-Matuul was Sul-Matuul's father, and his spirit guards this bone mold long bow deep in the burial caverns. If I return to Sul-Matuul with this bow, he will adopt me into the Urshilaku tribe as a clan friend. And then Sul-Matuul will send me to the wise woman, Nibani Misa, to be tested against the Nriveran prophecies. I must go to Urshilaku burial caverns to retrieve Bonebiter, the bone mold long bow of Sul-Matuul's ancestor, Sul-Matuul. Sul-Matuul says that the Urshilaku burial caverns lie to the south-southeast of Urshilaku camp, halfway between the camp and the slopes of Red Mountain. He warns me that Ashlander ancestral spirits guard these burial chambers. I completed the initiation rite by bringing Sul-Matuul's bonebiter bow to Sul-Matuul. He has named me a clan friend of the Ashlanders. He has also given me permission to go to the wise woman's yurt and speak with Nibani Misa, who will examine me and test me against the Nriveran prophecies. Nibani Misa agrees that my aspect, my birth sign and my uncertain parentage fit with the Nriveran prophecies. But that is not sufficient proof that I am the Nriveran. The wise women know that some Nriveran prophecies have been lost. But the dissident priests of the temple study the Ashlander Nriveran prophecies, and record them in books. Perhaps the lost prophecies can be found there. Nibani Misa has asked me to go to the dissident priests, get them to show me the books, and to tell her what I find there. This sounds like something to mention to Chaos. Maybe he'll know how to contact the dissident priests. Nibani Misa believes there is some connection between the recent attacks by mad cultists called Sleepers and the Nriveran prophecies. Nibani Misa believes that the Nriveran should bear the mark of the moon and star, the mark of Indoril Nrivar's family standard. Nibani Misa recited a version of the Nriveran prophecies she calls 7 Visions of 7 Trials of the Incarnate. Nibani Misa recited the version of the Nriveran prophecies she knows as the Stranger. Nibani Misa says I am not the Nriveran, but I may become the Nriveran. It seems she is willing to help me unravel the Nriveran prophecies and my part in them. She tells me to seek the lost prophecies among the dissident priests of the temple. If I bring these lost prophecies to her, she will be my guide. And she gave me copies of the Nriveran prophecies called The Stranger and the 7 Visions. Now it's time to report back to Chaos.